friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going through every book I currently have on my physical TBR, which was a lot more books than I had expected. They're sitting next to me on the floor right now and it's a pretty big pile. I did not think I was someone that kept that many books that I hadn't read yet. Like, I thought it was pretty good at like buying my books, reading them, cycling through them, but this pile would beg to differ. So I'm not going to be editing this video very much, if at all, to be honest. I just want this to be a super relaxed, long form video that you can pop on and have on in the background or relax to or whatever you want to do. So I have with me a good old cup of Yorkshire tea. Lovely. And yeah, we're going to just go through the books on my physical TBR. I might unhaul some of these. I don't know. I'm looking at them right now and I'm like, am I actually going to read some of these? Am I not? I would really welcome your comments in the comments if you think I should or shouldn't unhaul some of them. If you've read them and you want to try and convince me to read them or like bump it up the priority list, please let me know. Or equally, if you've read them and you're like, do you know what, Sarah, don't waste your time on that, let me know that as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right on into it. So first up on my physical TBR is My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. Now I am still shocked that I've not read this book yet because I have read Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, absolutely loved it. I've also read Jamaica Inn, absolutely loved it. And this is arguably one of Daphne du Maurier's more famous books. I know it was adapted into a movie. I've not seen the movie either. But every time I go to pick this book up, I just can't get into it, and I don't know why. I had no problem getting into Rebecca and Jamaica Inn. So I've read two Daphne du Maurier books, so it's. Do you know what I mean? I think I like her writing, but for some reason I don't know. I'm just struggling with this one, so I think I just need to try again and like really try and like give it a good like 50 or 100 pages or something. I mean, it's not even that big a book. It's like, how many pages in it? Like 300 odds. So yeah, I think I just have to have a better crack at it. So I'm going to keep it because I've read two Daphne du Maurier books. I should like this. So this one is definitely getting kept. Next up, we have The Gloaming by Kirsty Logan. So a couple of years ago, I read Now She's Witch by Kirsty Logan and absolutely loved it. And I think this one, as you can kind of see, is about mermaids. And I think it's set in Scotland as well. So I I think I'll love this. I just need to dedicate to it. I just need to actually pick it up. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one. Next up, we have 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I really want to read this. I'm just so intimidated by the size, by the page count. I think it's around, was it 700? Yeah, like 700 pages. I just need to grow up a bit and I just need to read it. Because I really like Stephen King. I've read over 10 Stephen King books now and I love him. I think he's great. And I've heard this is one of his best ones. I just need to stop being a baby and I need to pick up and read it. Please write in the comments if you've read this and just give me a hard time because maybe that's what I need. I need to read it. Okay, keeping with Stephen King, next up we have Doctor Sleep. So I have read The Shining, absolutely loved it. I liked it way more than I liked the film. And weirdly, I have seen the film adaptation of Doctor Sleep, the one with Ewan McGregor in it, and I really enjoyed it. Just not read the book. So I don't know what the page count is on this. Oh no, that's a sample of the Institute. What's going on? 400, it's like nearly 500 pages. So still, I mean, not a short book, but a wee bit shorter than 11/22/63. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping this one because I love The Shining. Next up, we have Divine Might by Natalie Haynes. So Natalie Haynes is a Greek mythology writer. I actually just watched a documentary that she did on History Hit about Hades and Persephone. So she writes a lot of Greek mythology. This isn't like a novel, I don't think. This is just like a kind of, I don't know, it's just like, I was about to say non-fiction, but it is mythology, so. But it's just a collection of stories about goddesses specifically in Greek myth. So yeah, and it's not even that long. I just sometimes struggle when books aren't novels, when they're not written in that way. I think that's what's putting me off. But yeah, I will pick this one up. So keep that. Okay, I need your help with this one. Next up is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. So I was told that Kristen Hanna's writing is kind of similar to Delia Owens, the author of Where the Crawdads Sing. I read The Great Alone last year, and I don't want to say I didn't like it. Well, I suppose I didn't like it. It was well written, but for me it was just so heavy and so dark, and like, yes, the nature writing was beautiful, but I found it a bit of a slog because I felt like none of the characters ever got a break, and it was just so bleak, and I kind of struggled with it. I think I've heard this one is also pretty emotional, but if you've read it, just let me know. Like, is it a bit lighter than The Great Alone? Should I read it? Yeah. I'm unsure. I'm gonna keep it for now in hopes that somebody gets back to me and lets me know their thoughts on it. So yeah. Okay, next up we have The Last Witch of Scotland by Philip Paris. So I'm guessing this is surrounding the Scottish witch trials. So I need to take a wee minute to talk about this because I have a couple of witchy books on here. I lately have been struggling with witchy books because I think my brain is finally realising just how dark the witch trials were. I was actually listening to a podcast just this morning, and someone was saying on it, we should stop referring to the witch trials as the witch trials because they weren't, they were genocide. And I was like, yeah, that's so true. And part of me is like, were they just being referred to as witch trials because it was women? I don't know. They were multiple mass executions of innocent women is the reality of what they were. These women weren't witches, they weren't evil, they were just women who were executed wrongly. And I think with that really seeking into my brain, it's making it really difficult to pick up books on the subject matter because it just feels so dark and raw and real, and I don't know. I used to have a little level of detachment with it, and now I'm just like, this is so, it was just so wrong. And yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what my future's going to look like in terms of witchy books, if I'm being honest. And I'm not sure about this one anymore. So let me know if you've read it, if you think I should read it. But this might go in the maybe unhaul pile. Yeah. Okay, next up, we're back to Stephen King, and we have Dolores Claiborne. Really interested in reading that. It's not that long. One of my close friends is a big Stephen King fan, and he really, really likes this one. So I always take that as a good sign. So yeah, I am definitely going to read this one at some point. Okay, next up we have The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. I love the cover of this book. I think it's absolutely stunning. I feel like this book had a big moment a good few years ago, and I just picked this one up in a charity shop. I really don't know what it's actually about. So I need to look into it, and I think I will pick this up. I just need to find the right time to do it. But yeah. Next up, we have The Hymn to Dionysus by Natasha Pulley. I'm 100% going to read this. This is Greek mythology, presumably surrounding the god Dionysus. And I've heard so many good things about this book. So 1000% we'll be picking it up in the very near future. So yeah, that's definitely getting kept. Next up, we have Mythica by Emily Hauser. So I think what's put me off this book is it's not a novel. I think it's more like a reference book, and it's quite chunky. So I'm just a bit like, how do I read this? Am I going to find it too dry to just read cover to cover? Do I need to read little bits in between reading other things? Not sure. Let me know your thoughts on that. And we're back to the witchy book. So next up we have How to Kill a Witch, A Guide for the Patriarchy by Claire Mitchell and Zoe Venditozzi, or also known as The Witches of Scotland. Now, I am obsessed with these women. If you haven't heard of them, give them a follow online. The Witches of Scotland have created their own witches tartan, and they're just basically all about keeping that memory alive of the brutal things that happened to women in Scotland. But again, unfortunately, it's just all feeling very real to me, and I don't know if this is going to be too heavy. It's maybe another one that I'm going to have to just dip in and out of, just in terms of being able to keep my mental health good and not feel too sad and angry and hopeless. Let me know what you think if you've read this one, but yeah, I do fully support what the women are doing, and I'm sure this is an amazing read. It's just, yeah, I need to find a way to tackle these books, to be honest. Next up, we have Stephen King, Revival. Don't really know too much about what this one is about at all, to be honest with you, but I'm just noticing it seems to have a yellow cover on the inside. Sorry, I've never noticed this. Oh, it's got a lovely bright yellow cover. It's quite cute. Yeah, I just noticed that. Yeah, heard it's pretty good, so I'll give it a go at some point. Okay, I need to go down to the floor and get my last couple of books up. So next we have Catabasis. I think it's Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. Oh my god, I can't say anything on this book cover. So I read Babel, which is by the same author. I read that last year and I absolutely loved it. It broke me, but I loved it. So I do think I'm going to like this. But yeah, it's just getting, like, I just don't know when to read it. I feel like I do usually read a bit of dark academia in the spring, so maybe, you know, we're coming into springtime now, maybe this is the perfect time to read this book. It was so hyped when it first came out, and I kind of shy away from things when they're really, really hyped, but maybe it's been long enough now that I can look into it again. Does it have a cool inner cover? Let me just... No, it's just grey, but the inside's pretty cool. That's cute. So yeah, I will need to give this a go. Okay, we're on to our last two books. So next up I have Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. Gorgeous Cranford collection version of this. I have no idea what this book is about. I've seen it like multiple times in bookshops and libraries and stuff. No idea what it's about. It is fairly short. And the text is not that small, so it's probably a fairly quick read. 269 pages, so yeah. I actually really should get around to reading this sooner rather than later, because I do like reading a classic every now and then, and this is quite a short one, so yeah. Okay, last but not least is The Book of the Witching by C.J. Cook. So another witch book. I feel like I went through a phase of like buying loads of witch books and really into witch lit, and then it all kind of like hit home that this was like a real thing and these women were just murdered, and it's such a dark subject matter that now I'm just sitting with all these witch books and I don't know what to do with them. But I do really like C.J. Cook's writing. The first book of hers I read was The Ghostwoods, and oh my, I was like blown away by that book. Then I read The Lighthouse Witches. Didn't like it as much. Like, still thought it was good, but didn't quite hit the mark for me. So yeah, this is The Book of the Witching. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to do with all these witchy books. I need some advice. I don't know what to do. So yes, that was my big TBR. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books. I know for some people that is nothing, but for me that's genuinely quite a lot. So please let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on these books. Convince me to read them if you love them. Convince me not to read them if you didn't. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!